Hello and welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we'll be learning something about the broadcast intents. So basically in the previous tutorial we have already learned how we could use intents so as to switch from one activity to other activity, and we have also learned how we could pass a message from one activity to other activity using intents. Now in this tutorial we'll be learning something about the broadcast intents. So broadcast intents are basically used in order to send broadcast messages from one application to other application. So now in this tutorial we'll be actually creating two applications. The first application will be the send broadcast, and it will send a broadcast to a new application, and the second application which we are going to create is going to receive the broadcast which is sent by the first application, and it is going to display it on our device. So basically in this tutorial we are going to create two new projects, one for each application. So the first project would be the send broadcast and the next one would be the receive broadcast. So let's go ahead and create our first project. So we click on start a new Android project, and let's name this as send broadcast, and we choose the API level 15. Then we click next and we select a blank activity. Then let's say we name it as main activity, then hit finish. So as you could see, this is the layout for our first application, which is nothing but the send broadcast. Now the next thing which we need to do is that as we need to pass on a message from this application to another application, we go ahead and add a button to this, so that whenever we click a button, a message is going to get passed from this application to another application. So basically the first thing which we do is that we remove the hello world, and the next thing which we do is we drag a button and place it over here, and let's name this button as send broadcast. So we change the text to send broadcast. And now once we are done with this, we also set the ID of the button so we could reference it. So we go to properties and let's say we change its ID to send button. Now once we are done with this, the next thing which we do is that we need to write in some code which is going to take a message, and it is going to send a message to the other application. But before that, we add a on click to this button which we have created right now, and that is because when we click the button we want the application to execute some method. So we select the button and search for a property which is called as on click, and inside it we specify the method which we are going to use. So let's name this method as send out broadcast. Now once we have added the on click to the button, the next thing which we need to do is that we need to define the send out broadcast method in our Java class. So we switch to the Java class, and as usual we delete this toolbar which is automatically created, and right below this on create method we go ahead and create our method. So we type public void, and our method name is send out broadcast, and the parameters for this would be view. So the only thing which you need to make sure that you have the same method name which you have used here, and you use the same name over here. So once we are done setting up the method, the next thing which we do is that we add some code to this method. So the first thing which we need to do, as it is a broadcast intent, we need to create an intent. So the method for creating intent is same as the previous tutorial. So we type intent, then name it I equals new intent, and we are not going to pass any parameter to this. Now the next thing which we need to do is that we need to use the set action method which is going to set the broadcast. So in order to do that, we type the intent object which is I, then we use the method set action, and within this we specify the package name. So the package name is nothing but the name of our application. So by default the package name is com dot your username. So mine is Ashu, then we type my username, then we give a dot again, and then finally we use our application name, which is in this case send broadcast. So we type in send broadcast, and then finally we need to add a flag to it. So we type I dot add flags, and inside it we type intent dot flag underscore include stopped packages. So these are some basic or standard methods which we need to pass in while sending out the broadcast. And then finally we use the send broadcast method in order to send a broadcast to the intent. So we type send broadcast, and we need to pass in the intent which we have created. So the intent name in this case is I, so we pass in I to it. So now once we are done with this, we are basically done with this tutorial. So in this tutorial what we did is that we have set up the first activity or the first application, and this first application is going to send a broadcast. So in order to send a broadcast, we have set up a button here, and we have added a method which is going to send the message via intent. So the method which we have created is called as the send out broadcast, and in this method we have created an intent. Then we have specified the dot set action, which is going to specify the package name. So basically all the intents are associated with this package. So that's it for this tutorial, and in the next tutorial we'll be creating another application for receiving the broadcast intents. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you.